On March 16, 2002, the first of 3 stadium challenges took place at the Meadowlands in New Jersey. This set of events would qualify trainers for the first ever World Championship event in the Pokémon trading card game. In addition, following the final SDS, the 15-plus division was phased out by Wizards of the Coast, capping the age of competitors in the first World Championship at 14. The Pokémon TCG took the world by storm in 1996 when it was first published in Japan. Since then, it has become a worldwide phenomenon. Join us as we explore the forgotten history of the Pokémon TCG. Each episode, we will examine a different historic format and uncover the hidden evolution of the game. This is the history of the Pokémon TCG. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next exciting episode of the history of the Pokemon trading card game. Last week, we saw yours truly win, even though James cheated and was playing cards from the very next set. Just goes to show, the better player always wins. Today, we are bringing you the first event in a new circuit of events for the Pokemon trading card game. We've already seen the Super Trainer Showdowns take place, and those were the premier events up until this point. Now, in the United States, we are seeing 3 different events called Stadium Challenges taking place. And individuals head atop at these events in order to qualify for the World Championship, which was the first of its kind. The one we are covering today, the East Coast Stadium Challenge, was the first to take place. And of the 3, this is the one we have the most documentation on as far as deck lists go. This time, we're not going to talk about any perspectives from the finalists or have a curated match in which that we see the top 2 decks go at it, because they were both for Alligator, and we've already seen a lot of that. So, on this wheel that you see before you, we only included one for Alligator deck. So, hopefully neither one of us roll it. We'd like to see something a little bit different because there's just a lot of for Alligator in this format. Speaking of for Alligator, we're going to jump right into these decks and start with the big Gator Boy himself. This is Eric Brooks' first place list where he plays the ever-present for Alligator. The only interesting diversion he makes from the standard list that we've come to know and love is sacrificing 1 Cleffa for an Elekid in order to ensure early game damage is possible. Next, we see some of the more interesting lists. We see the Kingdra Espeon list. This is Tom Lisagang's third place list, which notably features more Pokemon than trainers, which is an interesting choice at this point in the game's history. He runs a mishmash of the Kingdra strategy and the evolution strategy in order to hit most weaknesses for high damage. Then next we have Alec Turkowski's 5th place Cold Bat list. We were thinking about putting a straight Crobat deck on here, but since we've already seen it and there's some overlap with this list, we opted to leave it out. However, Alex plays a light Piloswine in this list, which provides a good level of control and ability to remove stadium cards for little investment. It also counters fire types, which Crobat struggles with. Bryson Bonham brought the next deck, Erica, and took 7th place with it. This deck looks to counter the Gator with Erica's Victory Bell, along with interesting tech options into Umbreon and Quillfish. Quillfish is here to counter the Volcano list that gave Erica's Pokemon some trouble, along with Umbreon handling decks such as Ghost Control with little issue. We have Brendan Ashton finishing 8 with this Rocket list that we're going to talk about next. It's kind of a callback to Haymaker with Scyther and Hitmonchan, but not as good. This is functionally not a super good deck and is a bit gimmicky, so I'm hoping to avoid it. Next up, we have Tyrant King, which is Michael Reynolds' 2nd place deck list, playing Dark Tyranitar alongside Slowking. Dark T-Tar has an insanely high damage threshold, which is bolstered by Slowking locking the opponent out of playing any trader cards. While it's not necessary to counter any of the other meta decks, the raw strength of this list is nothing to ignore. Then we have Volcano, which plays the classic Typhlosion and Blaine Arcanine combo that Daniel Mermelstein took 6th with. This deals serious damage to all of the anti-Gator decks running around that focus on grass. However, it itself is countered by Gator, so it's pretty vulnerable to that and kind of forms a little bit of rock, paper, scissors. Next, we have Ghost Control, which I believe will be James's target deck. I think this is what he's going to be most excited to play if he's able to spin it. Ilana Kayana brought the sleeper threat, and I hope I pronounced that right, by the way, and secured 8th place with it. Misty's Golduck is a fine addition, as it can remove up to 6 energies per turn from your opponent, setting their tempo back enormously. All the while, you put their whole team to sleep and one-hit KO any babies. Finally, last deck, we have Brianna Bonham's 4th place list running the classic Steelix Slowking combo, called Steel King Control. Steelix whacks the opponent while Slowking restricts trainer cards, and if there are any trainer cards attached to Pokemon, the Sneasel from Neo Revelations can come in and remove those as well. It's a great stun build. That said, let's go ahead and spin the wheel. Honestly, just kind of trying to avoid Rocket. I'm cool with anything else. Hopefully not for Alligator. I get 2 spins though, so we'll see how this goes. Ooh, Erica. He's not going to spin for Alligator, so like really this deck isn't going to do very much, so we'll just spin it again. I want something different. Volcano. Now we're going to see a lot of this. I mean, I'm stuck with it because I used my respin, so we won't get to see Erica, but Volcano we'll see a lot of, and I think this will be a really good shot at kind of seeing how this deck works. I'm almost certain he's not going to spin for Alligator, so I think picking Volcano here is actually going to be a safe bet, and it'll be one of the few times you get to see it actually come out on top. So I'll catch you guys in the deck builder.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the beginning of our World Championship circuit. In order for someone to compete at the World Championship, they had to place at one of these stadium challenges. As mentioned, there were 3 different ones in the US, but there were also some internationally, such as the European one, but we're not going to be covering those. This event had the best coverage, and as you can see, it also has the most diverse set of decks we've seen at a competitive event so far. We did leave out 3 other decks that made an appearance, which were Espeon Slowking, a Kingdra Umbreon list, and a Crobat list. We felt these decks were a little bit too similar in gameplay, or what we've seen so far, so we left them and any other repeats out. But that still leaves us with 9 out of the 16 lists that are wholly unique, both in card choice and gameplay. Even though the number 1 card on players' mind was for Alligator, people still workshopped different decks that in some cases were built as direct counters to the Gator, or that could simply just go over the top of damage. We also get to see the first and last appearance of a light Pokemon in Pillow-Swine. It is part of the Cold Bat list, and I'm thinking I want that, or more realistically, I'm leaning towards Ghost Control. Steel King could be funny too, especially given how our last matchup went with Steelix. But I just want to see Pat's face when I shut him down with Dark Gengar. So, let's get to spinning. I do not get a reroll this week, because I lost last week, so... Oh, what do we get? I never need rerolls, baby. Straight into Ghost Control. See you in the deck builder.
Alright, so here we are with the build. It's extremely aggressive, it's got a ton of damage, and I'm really excited to kind of see how this shakes out. So, to start off, we have Blaine's Arcanine right here. Really what we're looking at to use that Firestorm attack, which costs a ton of energy, but is almost always a guaranteed one-hit KO. It's extremely strong. 120 damage is really, really high in this format. Compared to Pocket, it's like Charizard EX, basically. It's almost always going to kill something right away, but it costs a lot to use. And in fact, you have to discard as well for this. So that's going to be kind of the main focus of the deck, and there's a lot of stuff around here to support us getting to. So obviously we have our Growlithe that will evolve into Arcanine. That's totally fine. Stoke is allowing us to kind of energy acceleration. Ideally, play Blaine's Growlithe, put an energy, Stoke, gets us our second energy. Next turn, we Stoke again, put on another energy. Now we're at 4. Then we can evolve the following turn, or alternatively, we put another energy to get to 2, and we're able to use Heat Tackle. And if he's weak to it, we can KO, we can do a lot of damage. Just got to be cognizant of that extra 10 damage to itself. So, a couple different avenues we can go to depending on the pressure and what's going on in the board state. Of course, we got our Clefas. Everyone knows what this does. Cyndaquil, really what we're doing is we're going to be looking at evolving this all the way to Typhlosion. We got 2 different types of Quilava here. Not quite sure why we're not just running this Quilava, but either way, we're trying to get into Typhlosion because it's Fire Recharge ability, which reads once during your turn, you may flip a coin. If heads, attach a Fire Energy card from my discard pile to one of the Fire Pokemon. And that is not just restricted to 1 per turn if I have multiple Typhlosions. I want to get 3 Typhlosions out, then I can just be constantly recharging, because then that means I can put 3 Fire Energies back on Blaine's Arcanine and continuously Firestorm every single turn. To get this charged right away, I have Entei as well, so when I play him, he just dumps a bunch of Fire Energy, dumps it right onto Blaine's Arcanine, good to go. Elekid's here, so while I'm trying to get this set up, I can still do a little bit of chip damage if I don't want to invest any Fire Energy in other stuff. Blaine's here as another 2 attach of Fire Energies to something with Blaine in its name, aka Blaine's Arcanine, which is really good for energy acceleration. Think Blaine plus Blaine's Growlithe Stoke. I'm immediately at 4 energy basically for Blaine's Arcanine's attack on turn 2. Cinnabar City Gym here is to protect against Feraligatr. Again, I don't think James is going to play it, so I don't think this is really going to come into play. This would be more so to remove his gyms than anything else. Double Gust, we've seen. Focus Band, James's favorite card. Goldberry, I like this card. I actually think it's pretty fun. Looks like Reggie's going to join us now. Then we have Misty's Wrath, which we all know what it does. Nightly Garbage Run allows us to recur our energy cards if we need to, or any of our discarded basics, such as like another Entei or something like that. Elm, more draw power. Super Energy Retrieval, again, gets us more of these fire energies back that we're going to be dumping off of Plains Arcanine. We're going to have a lot of fire energies in the grave, and you can see that by the fact that we have a ton of fire energies in our deck. So I think this will be really solid. I think this is going to be a lot of fun to play. Once I get popping off, this is extremely aggro. This is the deck that I like to play personally. I don't really like playing control. I like to play aggro, and the fact that this is a good fire aggro deck, I'm going to have a lot of fun. Unless James just walls me out and I just get completely boned. We'll see in the battle. See you guys there.
All right. So for those of you who watched the previous episode, that's going to look kind of familiar. The Ghastly through Dark Gengar line operates the exact same. The idea being, get all the way up to Dark Gengar. Dark Gengar's ability to Deep Sleep forces your opponent to flip 2 coins every time at the end of every turn in order to potentially wake up from being asleep, and they need to hit both heads, which actually turns sleep from the worst status condition in the game to a functional status condition. For those of you who aren't aware, at the end of every turn, including the turn wherein your opponent sleeps you, you flip a coin to see if you wake up. So there's actually a 50% chance that you wake up before your turn even starts, meaning the status condition did absolutely nothing. And there's another 50% chance that you wake up before your opponent's turn starts. So there's a lot of moves that require your opponent to be asleep. And if they wake up before their turn starts, or where your turn starts again, you blanked their turn. But your moves that require your opponent to be asleep just don't work. Which leads us to one of my favorite cards in the deck, Strevis here. First attack, Night Eyes, defending Pokemon is now asleep. Actually matters because of Dark Gengar's Deep Sleep ability. And then second attack, Perish Song. If the defending Pokemon is asleep and was attacked with Night Eyes during the previous turn, it is knocked out. It is a one-hit KO. Doesn't matter how many Metal Energy, doesn't matter how much HP, doesn't matter. Period. You're gone. Focus Band can save you, obviously, but no amount of HP or damage reduction is going to save you. Beautiful. Now, what makes this deck really annoying, and I can't wait to pull this off on Patrick, is Misty's Psyduck and Misty's Golduck. So Misty's Psyduck, first of all, uses Psychic Energy. Super nice. Flip 3 coins. If exactly 1 is heads, draw a card. Cool. If 2 are heads, the attack does 20 damage. Whatever, don't care. If all 3 choose one of the defending Pokemon's attacks, Misty Psyduck copies that attack, except for its energy costs. So, depending on what your opponent's running, like if we're running up against something like Volcano, you just do tons of damage with none of the downside. And it's potential draw, which is nice. Not as important now that we have Cleffa, but it's nice. Now, Misty's Golduck is what's really fun, specifically the super removal attack. Flip a coin. If heads, choose 1 energy card attached to each, not their active, not one, each of your opponent's Pokemon that has an energy card on it, and discard that energy card. Meaning, as Patrick touched on in the opening, you could rip up to 6 energy cards off of your opponent. That's huge and really important for hitting decks that require a lot of buildup. Slows them down a lot and makes up for the fact that you're not doing any damage, but the fact that you could be blanking multiple turns of energy generation is massive. Beyond that, we've also got our Cleffa package and Igglybuff. Cleffa, you know what Cleffa does. Cleffa stalls, Cleffa draws you card. Igglybuff sits on the bench, can turn off Pokemon powers on your opponent's bench. Very important against things. My go-to for this one is Dark Vileplume, because Dark Vileplume prevents both your opponent and yourself from using trainer cards, while Igglybuff turns it off during your opponent's turn, or your turn if you own Igglybuff, meaning that you can play cards and your opponent cannot. Professor Elm, moving on to trainers by the way, Professor Elm, draw power, Double Gust, allows us to switch our opponent's Pokemon in. They get to choose ours as well. Focus Band, 50% chance of surviving being knocked out. Super annoying card, especially when you put it on a baby Pokemon. Pokemon Breeder Fields is really nice. You select 2 Pokemon, and then you flip a coin for each. If you get heads, you get to pick a Pokemon from your deck that evolves from that Pokemon, and then add it to your hand. Potentially adding up to 2 Stage 1 or Stage 2 cards to your hand. Challenge is an interesting one. So basically, I ask my opponent if they accept the challenge. If they do, then we both get to put as many basic Pokemon from our deck face down on our bench as we want, and then we flip them all face up. Fill up our benches. It's actually nice. It does give your opponent advantage as well, but so kind of a situational card. If you're already ahead, you're not going to play it, but if you're behind and they're ahead, yeah, play it. I mean, they can't get any further ahead. And if they decline, you draw 2 cards, so activate Pot of Greed. Chaos Gem, really annoying card. Basically, whenever a trainer card is played, flip a coin. If heads, it goes through normally. If tails, then your opponent gets to activate that trainer card, gain its benefits. So, a 50-50 chance of whether you're giving yourself advantage or your opponent advantage. Only play this once you have a fully established board, because you don't want to be blanking yourself. Then finally, we have 1 copy of Rocket's Hideout, just to beef up our Dark Gengar by 20 HP so it doesn't get knocked out so quickly. It's only got 70 HP, so that could be pretty important. 3 Rainbow Energies are simply so that we can use Misty's Golduck if we want to. It gives us that water energy. Steel Energy, we have no Steel Pokemon, so it will, whatever Pokemon we add it to, it will decrease the damage it deals by 10. However, it still gives the benefit of increasing that Pokemon's defenses, reducing the damage it takes by 10 for each Metal Energy. So we could put it on something like Mischievous, for example, just make it beefier, since it doesn't even do damage to begin with. Then we've just got a whole boatload. We round the deck out with Psychic Energy. So it's got a very clear strategy of what it wants to do. It lacks damage. It really lacks damage. It relies on stunning your opponent, preventing them from being able to do anything. It really relies on that asleep condition. And the only way that you're quickly cleaning up any of your opponent's Pokemon is through Mischievous, and even then that is a 2-turn. It requires 2 turns of attacking to do so. So this is not a fast deck by any means, and I'm excited to see how it stacks up against whatever Patrick's bringing. Hope whatever he's bringing does not move quickly, because if it does, we might be in trouble unless we just stall with Cleffa. One way to find out. I'll see you guys in the battle.
All right, James, you running any legal cards this time?
Any illegal cards? Absolutely. I actually have 5 pieces of Exodia stuck in my deck right now.
What?
You'll never survive. My grandfather's deck
so.
has no pathetic card.
Okay. So, you will go first. Let's see. All right, so Ghost Control. I believe that's what that is. Surprise!
Looks
okay.
familiar.
Holy cow, this is not going to be fun.
Let's drop the Misty's Psyduck down. Little Elm here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll plop you down. And then I'll just Nightmare, see if we can get through. Nope. That tracks.
All right, thank God you didn't get through. That would have been atrocious.
Are you playing Volcano?
Yes.
Oh, that is the exact deck I was really hoping not to play against. That and for Alligator.
Yeah, well, I was basically saying he's not gonna pick for Alligator. He's not gonna get for Alligator. We'll be fine. Okay, so we're gonna have an Eek and refresh our hand here real quick.
You were correct about me not getting for Alligator, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's just throw another energy. Ooh, yeah, you don't have anything out there yet, so let's just throw an energy on Ghastly. Little Elm here.
Okay.
The
second cycling. Got it.
Yep.
Yo, nice Misty's Golduck.
Thanks, Chief. Throw Mischievous down too. And we'll see if we can get through on this Nightmare here. Nope. Never gonna happen.
Bring out that. We'll bring out that.
For those of you wondering, the night prior to us recording, we played our Pokemon progression that we do on the side, and I lost, specifically because I kept losing the baby roll to my wife.
That is correct. That is correct. You also, in fact, lost the first game because you opened awfully, and my wife opened the tits against you and completely demolished you. So.
You know, I wasn't going to share that with the group, but thank you.
We'll play Blaine, and we'll go ahead and put down 2. I'll Elm here, place down Elekid.
Don't like that.
Yeah, I didn't think you would. Go ahead and play Entei. Yes. And we attached nothing.
I was gonna say, you didn't get anything.
Holy cow, that's one of the worst Enteis I've ever seen.
That is terrible. Let's Breeder Field here.
Yep. That's not Pokemon Breeder, which is an illegal card.
Correct. I'm gonna click 2 Ghastlies.
Okay, you hit the coin flip. That means you're gonna
did.
miss on the baby rule now.
Shush. Only if I hit. Okay, yeah, I'm missing on the baby rule. That's pretty much guaranteed. It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
just
that's
adding
fine.
2 Haunters.
I'm assuming you're gonna evolve those two.
You got it, Chief.
Are you gonna call back my Cyndaquil?
No, I'm not gonna call back your Cyndaquil. You want me to call back your Cyndaquil.
No! I definitely don't have Quilava and Typhlosion in my hand right now, dude.
Yeah, unfortunately, Surround doesn't exactly do anything revolutionary for me.
No, not really.
What do you have on there? You have a Focus Band on there?
Yeah, I do.
Ooh, that's not the button I want to
Hey,
use.
we
Oh,
do.
well.
Okay, so we knew that was happening.
I forgot to attach. Well, I didn't forget to attach an energy. I accidentally attacked instead of hitting the retreat button.
Fair enough.
Misplay.
Yeah, you know, that happens. But hey, listen, we're not doing anything revolutionary here. We're gonna eek.
Yeah, that track. Okay,
I
I'd
mean-
like to do the thing that I was trying to do before. So
Right.
retreat. Got it. Okay, hit the right
Okay.
button. Energy onto Cleffa. Throw that out there. Evolve into Dark Gengar. And
Okay.
then we'll hopefully refresh our hand. Oh, we can get through the baby rule if we're not doing damage.
Good. That's what we wanted to see. We'll evolve into Blaine's Arcanine. We'll place down a Cinnabar city gem. Just go to your
No!
Rockets gym.
What does this do? Ignore weakness when
Stuff.
alarm. Okay, well, that's congratulations.
Yeah. We'll put
It's
a
never
fire
gonna
energy on.
help
It doesn't really help me here, but it gets rid of your. It does 20
It does.
damage to all your dark guys, basically.
It does.
Is the impact here? I think we're looking good. We're gonna retreat into Blaine's Arcanine.
No, you leave the baby
And-
alone.
We'll
You
go for
monster.
Heat Tackle.
Of
Yo,
course
get
you
through.
get through. Of course you get through. What is
Yo.
that? What is that?
So here's the fun thing, James. You could pull in whatever you want, and it doesn't matter because it's not Blaine's Arcanine.
What is that garbage? We'll evolve here.
Okay.
We'll attach Focus Band, naturally.
Yeah.
I don't really care about anything else in my hand, so...
By the way,
Hold in.
somehow you're gonna come back from this position, just as an FYI.
Am I, though? Of course you hit the Focus Band. Why wouldn't you hit the Focus Band? What?
I didn't hit the deep sleep, so
Well, you hit
You
half
know.
of them. If it wasn't for deep
we're
sleep,
gonna
you'd
go
be awake.
ahead and double gust here.
Okay, what am I pulling in here? That's the real question.
I don't know.
Yeah, obviously Entei.
Okay, I'll grab your other Dark Gengar.
No, not my other Dark Gengar.
We'll put a fire energy on Entei here, and we will Elm to refresh my hand. Okay, that's. Can I please? Are they all in my prize cards? In all honesty, we'll retreat into Blaine's Arcanine. I'll discard a fire energy. That's fine, and we'll just
One hit KO.
yeah, we'll just go for the KO.
Yep, that's fair.
Okay, that's actually really good.
I gotta think this one through. I am in kind of a rough position here.
I'm not in a great position either, but it's at least not your position.
Well, you're not wrong about that, Chief.
The baby rule kind of sucks. I'm just gonna be honest.
I hate the baby rule so much.
Like, my optimum play right now is just to play with the baby rule.
I know. Let's just Elm here.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, that's stuff. Yeah, I'll throw that down there.
That's stuff.
It is, in fact, stuff. And I'm gonna forget your thing. Let's just pull in here.
Are we pulling in the other Cleffa?
Well, none of them have a stupid little focus band on them anymore.
Focus band. Yeah.
Yeah, let's pull in the Cleffa.
Yeah, I figured as much. So we'll go ahead and place down that Cleffa. What is it up with you in playing decks that have, like, no retreat cost, dude?
Dude, it's literally random, you know?
I know. Right. We'll go ahead and do that. I need to start getting, like, some stuff out here. The Entei whiff was atrocious.
Yeah. Well,
That
because
was
it forces
pretty
you to hard build up your Arcanine.
Yeah, basically. So, like, here's the you know, if I can survive a couple more turns without you taking out my Arcanine, I'll be looking pretty good.
Who the heck pronounces it Arcanine?
You don't know. You haven't been around enough.
I'm not as old as you.
Yeah, that's true.
Dang millennial.
Shut up. I'd much rather be Gen Z. Do I risk it for the biscuit?
Not for the biscuit.
I don't think so. I think I go for Playful Punch here. We'll try.
Nope. Fail.
Yeah, fail. It's okay. That means that you'll flip a heads on this baby roll attack here for sure.
You know, probably. Now I'm in kind of an interesting position here.
The metal energy is definitely very interesting. Not quite
It is.
sure.
It's a neat tech.
I'm not quite sure if that's helping you right now, though, because I just deal so much damage.
Let's double gust here.
Okay. I mean, we'll bring out Misty's Golduck. Just make it call something. When you bring it in.
Bring in the Entei.
It's the one guy I don't really want you to bring in, but that's okay. It's
wonder why.
Yeah, I do wonder why. Why would you be doing such a thing?
Let's. I don't know, which one do I do here?
I double gust again.
No. Let's Rainbow Energy.
Oh, I didn't even know you had water energies available to you. That's interesting.
Yup, I sure do, Chief. We'll retreat.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's Focus Band Misdreavus here.
Sure.
And then we'll Chaos Gym.
Okay. So this will restrict some trainer cards. So that's okay. That's a little
sure
tight.
Will. And we'll pull in Blaine's Arcanine.
Ooh.
You ain't waking up from that one, Chief.
We'll double gust here. And
Nope.
I fail. Damn. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip that one. I really don't want to use double gust. Sorry, Chief.
What? No, you should use it.
Hey, you should elm. You should elm here.
I'm actually going to playful punch here.
Ooh, you do get through.
Yo, doesn't
Oh,
matter. But
My
I'm
guy
awake.
woke up.
I'm here.
You sure are, Chief. See, how do I want to play this? I'm feeling the biscuit.
Okay.
I'm gonna retreat into Misdreavus
Okay.
and Old Night Eyes.
Okay. There he is. He's here. Finally. The hell? Why did he take so long? All right.
Where have you been my
Well,
entire life?
Literally, though. I mean, there's... Like, I can't retreat, right? Because he's asleep. Yeah, so we'll
Correct.
go for the playful punch, try to get some chunk damage off. Miss.
No.
Yo. Yo.
Wow, you just had to wake up, didn't you? Go back to sleep. No. Thank God.
Oh, we'll evolve. And we'll just playful punch. Come on, can we get it? Can we get another whammy?
Nope.
That means I wake up, right? Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. All right. Well,
Ooh.
Parasong is a super fun card.
Yeah, unfortunately, I did not draw the psychic energy that I needed.
Oh, never mind. We're
That's a little
both
rough.
screwed up.
Yep, we're both in a very unfortunate position here. Just stay asleep. Stay asleep until I draw something.
Oh my gosh.
Psychic energy. Fast forward 17 turns later.
We'll fire
Hey,
recharge.
Hey, you stop building up on your deck, sir. Or on your bench.
No. Go for playful punch.
Oh,
Yo, let's go.
you got through.
Did
Hey,
you draw the psychic energy this turn?
I sure did.
There he is. There it is. All right, we'll bring in Cleffa. We'll Misty's Wrath. Can we get through here? Well, yes,
You do.
we can.
I would have 100% taken that, not gonna lie.
Okay, we're gonna fire recharge. Well, actually, hold on. Yeah, that's okay. We're gonna fire recharge. Oh, that's dope. That's really funny. Okay. We'll attach a fire energy to Entei. We'll retreat into Entei. What does she have? She has a focus band? Okay.
Yup.
That's fine.
You have a chance.
We will Searing Flames.
I'm too good.
Damn it.
I
forgot
too
that.
good,
I forgot
Chief.
that heads is you're good. Damn it.
Because it's like I'm flipping.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Hmm.
Yo, focus band's a bad card.
Focus band and put it on a baby Pokemon. Terrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrible.
Atrocious. Okay.
How do I want to do this? Let's just go for the sleep. No.
Yo.
No.
Oh.
Ooh, that was close.
Go for the double gust.
Nope.
Hey, would you like to use that?
Nah, I'm gonna pass on that one, Chief. Sorry.
Okay. We'll fire recharge. Nice.
You always hit heads on that though.
We'll put just some energies on Typhlosion. I mean, right? Do I want to do that yet? No. We'll playful punch. Try to get that KO.
Oh, you
Yo!
suck.
Let's go! Elekid is like MVP.
You suck.
Yo!
No, stay asleep. Stay asleep. Oh my
Hey, I'm awake
Okay,
now.
Hey, it wouldn't have mattered. I'm not even mad because it wouldn't have mattered. This is the first time I've seen Elekid do something, by the way.
True and real.
Let's go for the super removal. And heads, baby.
All right.
Look at that. Four energy removed.
It's so rough. It's so rough. Okay, we'll place Cyndaquil. We'll go for Fire Recharge here. And we fail on
Finally
that.
fail. Unfortunately, you have Elekid, who's just going to keep chipping away anyway.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's the utility of Elekid. And
Yeah.
he missed, unfortunately, but that's fine. So much of my fire energy's in the discard pile now. It's kind of crazy.
I know. Well, no, that's Dark Typhlosion that can pull it out or something, right?
Typhlosion is what I'm using to pull it out.
Well, yeah, I know. I was thinking, no, Dark Typhlosion discards.
Yeah.
I kind of just win my deck out here if I play
Pretty
my
much,
cards
yeah,
right.
actually. Pretty much. Like I said it maybe about 10-15 minutes ago, you're going to win from this position somehow.
Nope, no super removal.
Would you like to double gust? Damn it.
You know,
would you like to do that, James?
I'm going to pass, my guy.
Okay, we'll evolve then. We'll Fire Recharge.
Hey, you
Go.
had that time. Let's see if
The
it
hell
stays
did I
on
even
there.
put it on? Put it on Blaine's Growlithe. For no reason. Playful Punch, come on.
Nope.
Darn it. I'm losing to these coin flips, man. It's really rough.
You really are. If only I could draw energy. By the way, that's why I'm not doing anything but ripping your energy. I can't get
I
any
figured
energy.
that was basically what was happening.
Can I go ahead,
I
please?
don't
Thank
know
you.
why you're not just killing me with Electro Beam.
Because if I flip tails, then I remove all the energy off of Misty's Golduck.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, we're
And
gonna
then
Fire
it's just a dead
Recharge
card. Nope.
and do nothing, and then we're gonna Playful Punch.
Nope.
Dude, this is the fun and interactive gameplay I look for in this format. I'm gonna be so happy when you go to EX, dude. It's so much better.
Oh, that's just hilarious.
Okay.
All right, Dark. We finally have the energy for Dark Gengar here.
There you go.
So,
All right, what's the plan?
let's double gust.
Of course, it goes through for you though.
Pick my Pokemon.
There you go. Let's get this guy in here.
Really doesn't matter as long as they don't pick a baby Pokemon.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Now we'll pull in. Come here, Growlithe. You
No!
have energy on you. Oh, you can recover
hey.
2 energy per turn now.
Yes, Super Energy Retrieval.
Oh, you succeeded. I would have loved that, by the way. Oh my god, if I... Energy, I'm missing energy.
I'll put it on Entei. Oh, misplay. Oh, Fire Recharge. Yes, please.
Nope.
No,
Try
damn.
again. Nope.
Are you kidding me? I can't believe I misplayed like that. I can't believe I misplayed like that. That's...
It makes up for my misplay earlier.
Yeah. Playful Punch.
Nope.
Wow.
Stay
Color
asleep,
me
stay
surprised. Still asleep. All right, what are we doing?
Good stuff. All right. Yeah, unfortunately, if I pull in, then I'm kind of in an awkward position here. Because you can beef up Growlithe with all your energy into Arcanine. Let's just solve this problem.
Okay.
Elekid, no longer an option, unless you have one in your hand, which you probably do, if I'm going to be perfectly
Well,
honest.
Fire Recharge.
Fail.
Are you joking? Fire Recharge.
Oh,
Yes.
You got through that. You got through on that one. And you've got
Let's
Fire in
go.
your hand, so one tap me, Chief. One tap me.
Yep. Yep. So you're at 20. You're at 50 HP right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll go for the Firestorm.
Fingers crossed. Let's go, baby.
Oh my
Let's
gosh.
go, baby.
The bajillion tails that I've flipped in the last like 10 times. I think I'm like 9 for 10 on tails there. That's wild. All right, what are we
just
pulling in?
Tap the Cleffa here.
Okay. All right, Fire Recharge. Can I please get something?
Nope.
No. Fire Recharge. Can I please get something?
Nope.
No. Color me surprised, dude. We'll do that. We'll Elm. Would you like to use it instead?
I would absolutely like to Elm. Thank
figured
you
as
so
much.
much.
All right. Now I can't Elekid anymore, so
You cannot Elekid.
unfortunate.
Yeah, let's go for the breeder fields. Let's see if that gets through. Oh my god, it does.
Oh. Whoa! Amazing.
And and I flip a heads. Look at that. I'll be grabbing
Wow,
the Dark Gengar.
imagine that. Wow, hey, is that another Dark Gengar? Dude,
It
this
sure
guy is
is.
crazy. Oh my gosh! For Dark Gengar, what are you gonna evolve onto Dark Gengar?
TCG 1 forces you to pick 2.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
We'll drop Igglybuff and we'll Gaze to turn off one of your Typhlosions.
Yo. Because it's not like he was doing anything anyway.
And then let's pull in the other Typhlosion so it can stay asleep. Stay asleep, son of a...
Yo, there he is.
You finally woke up.
Alright, Fire Recharge.
Fail. Didn't matter
Yo.
anyway.
Fire Recharge. Fail.
Don't know why it let you flip, because I had that power turned off, but whatever.
I don't know either, dude.
Oh,
We'll
it
put
turned off
another
on my
energy
turn.
on Blaine's
I forgot about
Arcanine. We'll end our turn.
Alright, we'll drop an energy on the Dark Gengar, and we'll
Oh, is it
pull
because you
in-
put it on my bench or something? Like, I don't
No,
know.
because Igglybuff only works during my turn. I forgot about that. That's my bad.
Oh, okay. Yo, he's still asleep. Misty's Wrath. Would you like? Oh no, I get to use it.
You do get to... My dude.
Yay. Yep.
You
Is
just
there a
decked
problem?
yourself out.
Is there a problem? I
What are
would
you
like to use
playing now?
Goldberry.
Nope.
Alright. Fire Recharge.
Hey, you
Yo,
got
it
through.
finally worked! Let's go, because it's gonna matter next
Unfortunately,
turn.
Your Pokemon's asleep.
Yo, it worked again! Put it back
You-
on him.
You're getting
Playful
so
punch.
many heads.
Yo, I
You knock
KO'd
him
you.
out. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, James.
It doesn't matter. Do you wake up? Nope.
Nope. Alright, James, so this is a big turn for you. What are you gonna do to win the game here?
Oh, this is... I don't know. There's a lot of options
There's
here.
a lot of options here. It's a lot of options. I'm just
well,
glad that I got you down to 2 prize cards when you play a deck that just kind of hosed me.
Probably, I'll put an energy on Cleffa. Give it a little
Okay.
bit of damage, a little bit of help for you.
Okay.
And I'm feeling generous, so I'm gonna try to get rid of this Chaos Gym. You're welcome.
Okay. Thank you. I think that worked.
It sure did. It sure did. That original Chaos Gym is no longer there.
Because you don't have to flip a coin to play down a stadium card that's going to get rid of the other stadium card.
Yup. Now, here, I know you're really happy that you may lose by deck out, but at least we're tied with
right.
prize cards.
That's
However, I'm just gonna get one more just to be safe.
Just to be, you know, that's probably a good move. That's probably a good move.
Yeah. Oh,
So
look at that!
it's
I
close.
won.
It was close. So yeah, so we got to see what happens when an aggro build goes against a control build, and then the aggro build proceeds to flip like 80 bajillion tails.
I hate
So-
coin flipping so much.
Yeah, it's it's rough when I have to flip 2 coins for sleep. I have to then flip again for energy retrieval. I then have to flip again into baby roll, and I have to flip again into your focus bands. This deck, for whatever reason, runs 2 gold berries and only 2 focus bands. So we need more focus bands in here because there's clearly not enough.
We need to get rid of focus bands entirely.
It's just more like throw them back on the pile of you know, this format with the baby roll and the focus band just not working out super well. But I mean, it just goes to show if you're facing like a Feraligatr build, that thing's up and running so quick. The problem with this deck is that unless I've got like Blaine's out the wazoo, unless I can get Typhlosion up and running quickly, which is a 3-stage card, you know, it's just not consistent. Like it's not consistent damage. I either am donking myself for 10, which isn't that much, but not enough to really kill you with the 40, or I'm discarding a whole bunch of energy from both of my main attackers. So that's super duper rough to play around when I don't have a way of recurring that energy through Typhlosion. Like that's really clever. As opposed to like Feraligatr, which is every turn I'm donking you for probably on average 60 damage.
And recovering
So-
all of your water energy.
And then yes, and I never deck out, and that's why that deck is so good. I mean,
Yeah.
that deck would beat Dark Gengar like 9 out of 10 times.
The only way that Dark Gengar has any chance is by Feraligatr bricking, number 1.
Yeah, pretty
or,
much. Well, I mean, that's every deck wins, right?
Well,
Is
yes,
if the other
yes.
deck bricks.
Or Chaos Gym. That's
Right.
it.
Right. Basically. I mean, that's entirely what it is it's going to be down to that. But no, I think both these decks are super fun. I really do like the Volcano deck. I think it's just super aggro. It's super high risk, super high reward, which is always really fun in card games.
Mhm.
But going against control strategies where you're just not getting the coin flips, like it's just rough. It's just rough in that instance. So
I'm just happy I could make up for my previous loss with Dark Gengar.
I'm just happy that you know, we're back to the typical you play control and win and I play aggro and lose, as opposed to me playing control and win. So
yeah, it turns out that's really fun to play control, not so fun to play against. Who would have thought?
So next week, James, we're gonna have a really good time. Because we are, because we're both playing our favorite decks.
Ooh, what are we playing next?
I'm playing Feraligatr. You're playing Dark Muck.
Oh, I love Dark Muck.
So it should be, like I said, I think this one should be a lot of fun. This was hopefully a breath of fresh air from Feraligatr, but we're heading into it next episode. It's just so prevalent at this point in time. You can't really get too far away from it without kind of being in a completely different format without Feraligatr. We'll be continuing to explore the Neo on format. We're gonna get to Worlds here pretty quickly, actually, which will be really fun. The first ever Worlds Championship that I kind of mentioned in the breakdown today, and it'll be a good time. And then we move into the E-card format, which is going to be a whole buttload of fun as well.
I'm excited for the E-card format.
E-card's crazy. E-card's very, very underlooked.
No more baby Pokemon.
Overlooked. Huh?
No more baby Pokemon.
No more baby Pokemon. At least
Or
once we get into the actual specific E-card, but from Neo to E-card, there still is all of that nonsense.
That's true, but that's not that long.
But right after that, we head into EX, and that's just so good. It's so good. I've been talking about it for a couple of episodes now. It's gonna be a good time. So anyway, with that, if you guys like this content, please do like and subscribe down below. It helps out a ton. All of your positive comments make a huge difference in us being able to continue the series, so please keep them coming. And with that, we'll see you guys in the next video.
Have a great week, guys.